So I thought I'd do another Ramble video today. I want to start the video off beforehand saying I'm sorry because I actually can't find any other intro to do than just saying so at the beginning of a video, because if I did another intro it would just be, hey guys, how's it going, it's your boy fucking LongEaredFox gaming here and welcome back to another fucking video, or something stupid like that. I always begin my videos saying so. That's a tradition now, that's how I need to do it. I don't know what the fuck this is. We're doing another Ramble video today and I'm here today to talk about Middleearth Shadow of War. More specifically, I'm here to kind of ramble on about how this could be one of the best open world RPGs of 2017, because it has all the stuff there, you know. They've released a lot of information about it with the various different customization systems, the open world aspects, and all of the awesome features that make the Middle-earth games so unique, being the Nemesis System and how they've improved all that. Now, I've kind of made a video very similar to this before, kind of talking about how Shadow of War is the perfect sequel almost, and I still stand by that opinion. The first game was good, it didn't have a very good story at all, but it did have kind of good open world aspects, but really where it shone was the Nemesis System. That was the main part of the game, and it seems like they're just improving on everything that was in the first game in this game, and also making it more of an open world RPG, opposed to just being all about the Nemesis System, which I think is fucking amazing. In this game, they've gone a whole lot more in depth with the armor and weapon customization, which is fucking awesome, because that was something that the first game really lacked. Obviously, there were a few weapons that you could get in the first game, and there wasn't actually many different visual appearances that you could have with your outfit in the game. But with the second game, it seems like there's tons of different types of armor and weapons that you can use in the game, which really is cool to see, because that's something the first game lacked so much, and that's what RPGs need, really, you know. They're games that you can play, you can get armor, you can get weapons, and you can upgrade yourself, and the first game just didn't feel like that. It felt like it was set in an open world that had the potential to be an RPG, but it just didn't take that potential and run with it. It kind of sat there and had a little bit of customization here and there, but it didn't fully go in depth like the second game is. It can only be a good thing, you know. More types of armor and weapons in the game adds more playability and more longevity to the experience as a whole, and I'm very excited to see the different armor and weapons that we'll be able to acquire in the game, because that's something that I love in games. And if you watch my videos a lot, you know that I talk about it a lot. Just getting weapons and armor and progressing my character is one of my favorite things to do in video games. Secondly, I want to talk about the open world aspects of this game. So it seems like there's going to be lots of different explorable areas in the game. Now, in the first game, there were only 2 explorable areas, and they were relatively large. You know, they were all right sizes. But in this game, there's loads of little explorable areas that you can explore, and you can do quests in, you can kill enemies in, and they're slightly smaller, but there's still many different environments that you can go through. And I think this is quite a cool way of portraying the Lord of the Rings world through this game, because obviously there's a lot of different environments in that universe. So to be able to portray these properly on a scale of war like this game is meant to be on, then it's good to have loads of different little environments so you can have lots of battles and lots of, you know, fights with your nemesises and stuff like that. And it's just a good way of showing the scale of the Lord of the Rings world. It also just makes the game overall a lot more interesting, because you're going to be doing a lot of fighting and a lot of chasing down your nemesises in these different areas. So being the primary gameplay feature, you'd want the environments that you're going to be doing this in to be a lot different, so it adds variation to the stuff that you're going to be doing practically over and over again if you think about it. Although there is, you know, an element of randomness to it, you know, it's just going to be a little bit boring if you're fighting in the same areas as you always are. And that kind of brings me into talking about the Nemesis System. Now, with the Nemesis System, there's various different types of Uruk you can fight in the game that specialize in various different things. So if the Uruk that you're fighting is, you know, a fire-based enemy, then that'll be reflected in his War Chief Fortress, which I think is pretty cool. It adds a little bit of uniqueness to every orc you fight in the game, and it just shows how much they're improving the original system they had, because they could have just sat there and they could have said, you know what, let's leave that there, that's good, but they've added in different archetypes of enemy, they've added in new features to make it even more unique to the player, and it's just so much better than how it was in the first game. It's not all about war chiefs and all that stuff, it's about the different orcs as well. You know, there's just just captains and stuff like that. They can become your nemesis. And there's even a feature that's been recently introduced into Shadow of Mordor where you can actually transfer your current nemesis from Shadow of Mordor onto Shadow of War as well. So they'll show up in the game and they'll try and kill you, which is such a cool feature and is a really cool attention to detail. Not many games that go through the trouble of doing that for you, and it's all about player immersion and, you know, fan service to the players and carrying on the story that they first created in the first game. On top of all these various different features, there's also many different side activities for us to do in the game as well, which means the different little spaces that you get to explore are filled with content, filled with enemies, and filled with nemesis for you to make in the game, and it's just gonna be really good. You know, it's not a huge open world, but it's small areas that are packed with content and packed with things for us to do, and that's the reason why I'm very excited, because you get a lot of open world games that are huge, they're fucking massive, they claim to have one of the biggest maps ever, but then once you get dropped into the world, you know, there's not an awful lot for you to do whatsoever, and it's an overall very disappointing experience for the player. Whereas with this game, it seems like they're taking small doses of various different locations and then filling them with content and then giving them to the player to explore and experience. Anyway, I feel like this game is overlooked because of what the first game was. Fair enough, the first game had a great system with the Nemesis system going on, but that was really all the first game had. It had nothing else at all. It didn't have a good story, didn't really have a good set of characters either, and the open world spaces weren't that interesting to explore. It was just a lot of mud and dirt and just the fire and shit. It wasn't really that great at all. But this game, Shadow of War, they've improved on literally every aspect of the original game, and that's what's meant to be in a sequel, really. And I feel like not enough people are giving this game enough attention and credit, because it does look really good. It's shaping up to be an awesome RPG experience, and it could possibly even be one of the best RPGs of 2017 because it looks great, it has all the core traits of an RPG, and it's set in the Lord of the Rings universe, characters that we already know, and yeah, it just looks amazing. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video because it's been a while since I've actually talked about Middleearth Shadow of War, and I thought I had to acknowledge it. There's been a lot more information, a lot more gameplay released over the last few months, so I just felt like talking about it again. And you know, it does look really good. I've always thought it looks really good since the first gameplay demo that we got like 4 months ago, whatever it was. And you know, this game looks great. It's taking the form of a proper RPG, and it's looking awesome because RPGs are my favorite games ever, like open world RPG games, and this is looking like a really good one, so I'm super happy with how it looks. And yeah, it's a really impressive game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and like and subscribe for more gaming news and content in the future, and also remember to comment down in the comment section below telling me what you think of this game and if you're excited for it or not. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.